What's going on, guys? Welcome to the workshop at Hidden Homestead. My name is David, and today we're going over 10 things that I just can't live without. All right, guys, thank you for joining me today on going over the 10 things that I just can't live without. So the reason I did this video is because I just recently did an EDC video, which you can check out right here. It actually goes over some of these things. I just did that video and I started thinking, like, what are some of the things that I don't carry every day or don't carry in my pocket or don't have with me at all times? So it got me thinking, like, what are things that I can't live without? Like, I have to have, or I do, and it's not something that I normally carry. So the first thing that I cannot live, well, let me rephrase that. If we were doing persons and things, the first one would be my wife. It would be my wife. Without her, I know I would be lost. I just asked her where I put my headphones, my little earbuds, and she told me. I mean, why would she know what I did with my stuff? Somehow she does. She keeps my life together. She's great. I love you, sweetie. So the first thing on this list is my morning routine. Now, there are a couple things within my morning routine that we'll get to, but the morning routine in a whole. So I normally get up about two and a half hours before I need to do anything. So if I have to be somewhere at 7, I'm up at no later than 5, maybe 4:30. Try to be. So my morning routine consists of, first of all, jumping in the hot tub, right? So admittedly, I got a bad back, I got bad hips, I got bad everything. And I got to get in the hot tub to get kind of loosened up. And then right after that, I do yoga. A lot of people work out, stay fit. That's great. I'm pretty active. So for the most part, I stay in shape by just being active. But to be active, I have to do my morning yoga. Like, it is, if I don't, I can tell by the end of the day, I'm hurting. So hot tub, morning yoga, and then I go in and, you know, get ready, brush my tooths and comb my hairs and all that fun stuff. And then I come downstairs and I have coffee, and while I'm having coffee, it's just kind of like a hangout, peaceful time where I'm either reading a book or going through emails and comments and all the social media stuff just to kind of get ready for the day. So that is my morning routine. I've got to have it. Like, I feel out of place. I feel just all messed up if I don't get, both physically and emotionally and mentally, if I don't get that out of the way in the morning. So the next thing that I cannot live without, which is kind of plays into my morning routine, is beard oil. Now, I'm somewhat taken care of now. If I did not groom myself, so every morning I have to kind of maintain this thing because it grows all different directions. So I have to use a hair dryer and a comb or a brush to maintain this thing. And with that, I use beard oil. I have to use beard oil just to kind of hydrate the skin and make the beard soft and you know, styleable. So beard oil. Now, obviously, if you don't know, I'm not doing this as a plug for myself. It is really something that I really feel like I need. So I'm going to use my own. Yes, I do have my own beard oil. If you're interested in looking and seeing what those are, you can check out this link right here. You can go to our store and take a look and shop. We have 4 different fragrances, among other things. You can check that out if you're interested. But no, seriously, I do have to have my beard oil, and of course, I already make it, so I'm going to use my own. Plus, this is like my scent. This is the one that I love the most, and this is the one that I use. So yeah, check it out if you're interested. But I have to have my beard oil first thing in the morning to kind of control and tame this beast. It's crazy if I don't. Next, after, like I said, after I, comb my hairs and brush my teeth, I go downstairs and I have coffee. So I don't have to have coffee for the caffeine. It is nice, especially like on a hard night or something, you didn't sleep very well or long. I have to have my coffee. And that's more just, it's just more nostalgic, I think, than anything. It's something that my family and I have just done, like morning coffee when we're together, when we're hanging out. When we go on vacation. It's just something nice. It's something to relax and reminisce and chit chat. So I love the morning coffee. It's just cool to have. So for us, what we drink is Equal Exchange. It's fair trade, organic, all of that fun stuff. This one in particular is Midnight Sun. I don't necessarily need it for the caffeine, but the strength and caffeine, I mean, it's called Midnight Sun. So it's in here. It's not a watered down Folgers. If I'm gonna have coffee, I want it to really kind of, I want the coffee clown to punch me right in the mouth. And this one does the trick. It's a dark roast, French roast, bold and complex, very dark, USDA organic, fair trade, all that fun stuff. Yeah, so I gotta have my morning coffee in the morning. Gotta have it, and it just sets me right for the day. The next thing on the list is, unfortunately, I just mentioned this again in the EDC. If you're like me, you know exactly where I'm coming from. You kind of have to have it to do some of your day to day. It makes life a lot easier. You don't have to have it, but it really helps out. But I also hate it. I also absolutely despise it, and that is my cellular device. Like I said, in the morning, I reply to emails or comments or do posts and schedule things or whatever, so it's really nice to have instead of going in and getting on the computer. I can do it out on our patio, in nature, at least somewhat in nature. I mean, I'm connected, so how much in nature can you be, I guess? But I can do all that stuff. It's really simple. Makes life a lot easier. So unfortunately, yes, I kind of got to have my cell phone. I don't like that, but I guess at this point, it is what it is. Next up is a knife. I gotta have a good knife. Now, like I said in the EDC video, I had just started carrying a lot of that stuff, but for the most part, a knife has been in my pocket all the time. I mean, I'm a hillbilly, I'm a redneck, that's just what we just carry knives, right? There's gonna be a lot of people that hate that comment, but it is true. I mean, like, everyone that I know and grew up with, for the most part, had a pocket knife. They always had a pocket knife. For whatever reason, for any reason, you have a pocket knife. You can do so many things with it. It's not just protection. It's not just cutting a string off your clothes. You can use it obviously for so many things other than just cutting. It could be a weapon, not just stabbing, not deadly weapon, but it could be, that's going to get someone's attention. That right there, or this one's small enough. I like the size of it that I can hold it, and when I go, it's going to hold everything. So self-defense, not deadly self-defense, but self-defense. Knives can be used for many things. I gotta have one in my pocket. So that is pretty much a go-to all the time. This one, by the way, is that benchmark that I mentioned in the EDC. So I got a couple different ones, but that one pretty much stays with me. Next thing is a hat. Now, obviously a lot of guys wear hats, and I feel, probably like many other guys, I feel naked. I feel awkward and weird when I don't have a hat. Now, the reason I started wearing a hat is because at about 22 years old, I started losing my hair. And that was very embarrassing at 22 years old, losing my hair, right? So I wore a hat all the time, constantly, because of an insecurity. And over time, that insecurity's gone. I mean, I'm not completely bald, I'm thinning. It is what it is. I'm 40 years old. I wasn't blessed with a good head of hair. But it's more so now that it's just a habit. Like I got so used to wearing a hat and not leaving the house without a hat that, oh my God, I feel weird if I don't have it. So I always have to have a hat of some sort. I've got a bunch of different styles and kinds of hats, and it's not weird ones, but you know, just different ones that I always gotta have one. So that is always on my must-have list. As I mentioned before, my back is kind of jacked up, so because of that, my hips and then my feet's also messed up. So I have to have a decent pair of shoes. Now, these are actually Crocs. They're pretty comfortable. They do provide quite a bit of support. They're not obviously up over the ankles, so they're not going to give you, great stability and support in that aspect. But as far as like the arch in it, they are very comfortable and they do support me there. It has been hard. It's been a struggle for me to find a decent pair of shoes because whatever helps or makes my right foot feel better kind of messes my left foot up. Within the last few months, I've been noticing that. So for whatever reason, my feet are weird. So yeah, finding a good pair of shoes. I gotta have a good pair of shoes because I limp around a lot, which throws my back off even more. And these have helped for sure. Like I said, they're not super supportive, but they are nice, especially just around the house or just out and about for a little bit. Just slip in, so they're easy. Yeah, really gotta have me a good pair of shoes. Work boots. I've been trying to find a good pair of work boots that actually work. That really will give me everything that I need. The next thing, also on the EDC, I gotta have a good watch. This one, like I said on that video, is the Citizen Ecosphere. One of the biggest reasons I feel like I gotta have a watch, I have to have a watch, is that I hate grabbing my phone. Like I said before, whatever I can do to not grab my phone, I feel like is a win. So instead of pulling out my phone just to see what time it is and then putting it back in, especially if your hands are all dirty and gritty and greasy and grimy, you don't want to pull your phone out and get it all dirty. So obviously this isn't my work watch, but I can just boop, I know what time it is, I can go on with my life. So gotta have a watch to tell time, obviously, but mainly to tell time without grabbing my phone. So that's a must. The last thing on my list is a good bourbon. I have met and been introduced to so many really cool people over bourbon. I've met some really cool people and I've created friendships over bourbon. It's just, and there's other topics and subjects and things that you could have in common with someone and find common ground and then start a relationship with. For me, it's bourbon. So yeah, I gotta kind of have it in my life. It's been really fun meeting the people that I've met and trying the different bourbons that I've tried. On top of that, I mean, it's science. It's freaking science. You take a distillate, some alcohol, and you throw it in an oak barrel for however long, a couple months to a couple of years, and then you get sugar, you get brown sugars, you get caramel, you get fruits, you get raspberries, you get vanilla. I mean, come on, how does that even happen? That's science. It's cool. It's interesting, and it's nice to share. It's nice to have. It's nice to sip. Yeah, so gotta have a good bourbon in my life. In the evening, sit back, relax, have a good bourbon, you're set, ready to go. So, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that thumbs up button and consider subscribing to the channel and hit that bell icon so you get notifications on whenever we put out other videos. You can find us on Facebook. What are we on? Instagram, Patreon. Check us out there. That really helps us out. And I really would like to know what your list is for things that you can't live without. Put them in the comments below. That would be fun. And until next time, cheers. Old Forester 1920 is the bee's knees. Is the bee's knees. It's delicious. So if you're interested, check out the bottle. It's amazing. And today we're going over, is that in frame? What's that is in frame? We're going over 10 things. Don't know why I did that. Shoes, coffee, beard oil, knife, morning routine. Oh, you know what I didn't go over? Son of a bee.